Hey, habari zetu. So, welcome back to our discussion, our lively discussion of Breaking Barriers, episode 3. So, with today we are going to talk about, or rather, delve deep into bullying and mob justice or attacks towards the LGBTQI community in Mombasa, in Nairobi, in Kisumu, in Kenya, and also the reasons that are used to justify this uh, vile targeting of individuals. So, my name is Astrius, working for Center for Minority and Strategic Litigation as the case officer. Yes. Right.
I'm Dylan Daniel. I'm basically a citizen of Kenya, a human being. Yeah, I'm lovely. I'm feeling lovely to be here today.
Okay, thank you, Dylan.
Hello,
Hi.
Miss Awino here. I'm an advocate working with Center for Minorities from time to time. So I'm here to just have a wonderful session and to learn and to understand more about the topic subject that is ahead of us.
Okay, thank you so much. Karibuni, Dylan and Miss Owino. So, na mara nyingi huwa tunaona pale nje that if an LGBTQI, whether is or perceived, yeah, anakuwa bullied sana. Tumeona pale shuleni, universities, maybe do you have you ever witnessed such? Yes, Dylan?
Yeah, I have.
Mm-hmm. Could you walk us through it? Now, maybe your perception about this?
First of all, I don't think any human being or any person is obliged or supposed to be subjected to such kind of a treatment. And I've witnessed and I've also experienced such, and they go by this term of God doesn't want that. Even animals don't do that. And I've even had the one of the worst where somebody was told like you're a lesser dog. Okay, if I remember it right, because even dogs don't do that. And one thing I know, if you don't stand on or if you don't believe in something, you should just let it pass.
True.
Not like I don't believe in this
You're just
values.
there.
You don't believe in these values on a quick. No, no, that's not right.
Yes.
And it's so sad that they never come from far away. That I mean, that's what I believe. They never come from far away. It's some people who are just okay. How do I put it? Somebody who wants to bring you down never comes from far away.
They don't come from far away.
Yeah.
And now maybe Miss Owino,
Yeah.
you see, so there is this, I don't know if it is me who gets it wrong,
Yeah.
citizen arrest.
Yes.
Yeah. With the current environment that we are living in, you find that the penal code,
Yes.
162A and C and 165, they are being used to harass and commit vile attacks on LGBTQI identifying individuals. And just some time back, I was made know to know that there is this clause of citizen arrest.
Okay.
So, with that background, maybe
Yeah.
you can give us some thoughts.
Okay, just to maybe pronounce on the topic that we're discussing today on mob justice and bullying. We need to understand that it's classified categorically legally in different ways. For instance, when you talk about attacks, we have physical violence, we have harassment, we have verbal abuse, and then now we have the cyberbullying. And now we have the mob attacks, which I would classify into two. There is the door to door, meaning there are persons out here who would target LGBTQI plus persons. They locate where they live and they attack them at their residential places. Now, the second one is health clinics. There are specific health clinics that majorly deal with LGBTQI plus persons. You find a group of people They approach such centers and they cause attacks. So in that definition, legally where we come in, sexual orientation is a global challenge. It's just not in Kenya.
True.
So speaking of Kenya and having section 165 and 162 that criminalizes same-sex conduct and indecent activities or something of that sort, it puts us aback. It's a little bit difficult for us legal practitioners to handle some of these things if the constitution as a law of Kenya does not explicitly puts it out, sexual orientation in the constitution. However, with the ruling of 2014, the Eric Gitares case, it pronouncedly and made an establishment that LGBTQI plus persons have a right to equality and non-discrimination, irregardless of whatever a person desires to be. When I mean that, I mean whether someone decides to be gay, whether someone decides to be a lesbian, the constitution covers them. You understand? So what we are trying to say is it's not like, in as much as the constitution doesn't explicitly put it out there, that sexual orientation is a protected characteristic. We have to put it at the back of our heads that we are all citizens of this country. We are all persons that are entitled to our various rights that are enshrined in the constitution. Yeah.
So every Kenyan is to enjoy the Kenyan citizenry rights.
Yes.
And they are protected by the Kenyan citizen rights no matter
Yes.
the sexuality,
Yes.
the gender identity.
Yes.
Yes. So now maybe if I come back to you, Dylan, you see there are incidences where such kind of vile actions, they are being protected under the quote unquote Mungu hataki, Mungu anapinga, na sisi kama wanajeshi wake tutasimama imara. Maybe have you ever, could you kind of walk us through if you have had, because you touched on it, but okay.
Well, I wanted some clarification from Wakili, and that's where I was heading to, because
Yeah.
I mean, as a Kenyan, whenever somebody has interfered or rather just crumbled your rights or the law on your side, where do you think utapata msaada? Police station. And that's where the trouble is. Like I want to pitch out the voice of people. Okay, I don't want to be vulgar or explicit, but I usually tend to believe that justice is bought. That's something I've said before, and I believe it, because I feel like it's going to be a norm, whether, okay, for the people who are vulnerable, like the minority people, especially the people whose sexual orientation is like a threat to the general population out there. Somebody has coseaed you, or maybe somebody has cyberbullied you, rather, tuachane na mambo ya physical kando. You go to the police station and they're like, ni ukweli ama? Si hata mimi naona uko hivyo. Like, the approach initiates that they're just trying to kind of justify that it's normal. Na umekosewa, you're going there for help. Most police stations have first-hand experienced that, by the way. They're like, is it true or not?
So that is the first response
Exactly.
you get.
And as somebody who's seeking help, once somebody has given you that kind of
you just
statement, you just feel like,
why am I here?
Exactly. Yeah.
So maybe on something which Dylan has touched on.
Yeah.
LGBTQI individuals, when they are attacked, either and or even bullied, virtual, online or even offline. And you've heard the statement that Dylan has made. Justice is bought.
Yeah. I would like to not stand by the definition that is used. Justice is not bought. I believe justice is for all. And regardless of certain law enforcement officers putting it as such, it is not that. Because cyberbullying is a criminal offense. And it can come in three ways. There's the false publication, where someone would go on a digital platform, social media or wherever, and publish some very false information about you. And there is the cyber stalking, where someone will just decide to stalk your Instagram page or that. And then now there is doxing, where it's the disclosure of someone's personal information, which I would call in this context outing, that is majorly among LGBTQI plus persons. All these are criminal offenses that are chargeable and in the penal code and in the Misuse and Cybercrime Act. So regardless of what certain law enforcement officers like the police would, because of that which they think is not moral, does not guarantee them not to grant justice when they are approached. So what I would say is stand firm when you go at the police station. It's a crime and you deserve justice. Stand firm. Explain yourself out. You understand? I am here. I am here to report cyberbullying. I have evidence. I have screenshots. I have posts. And it is their duty to respond and to act and give service to you as a citizen of this country, regardless of your sexual orientation. I would still repeat, as a citizen of this country, you deserve all the services from whichever law enforcement officer, because you are entitled to it by the virtue that you're a citizen. So regardless of what they call you, sometimes you just need to put a hard face and say, I am here to report a matter. I have evidence. Regardless of what you think about me, you still have to render services to me. So don't back down. Yeah.
So to the police or the law enforcement,
Yeah.
huwa ni utumishi kwa wote.
Yes.
But maybe I have a livid example. I walked to a police station. Kuna mtu alikuwa yuani sumbua, not related to my sexuality or my gender identity.
Okay.
And then I was referred to the gender desk. Kufika hapo kwa gender desk, I meet 4 police officers, the male.
Yeah.
And then as I am talking to the officer at the gender desk, these other officers just roughs in and tell me, sasa wewe mbona umetoboa masikio? Hizo nini umeka kwa nywele? Mwanamume ni kunyoa nywele kipara, kutotoboa masikio. And that is a police officer attacking me in a police station.
Okay.
Particular space, gender desk, and these other 4 police officers do not even reprimand him. So I don't know how we will we can work through this, in that whenever a person, a Kenyan, no matter the religious affiliation, the gender identity, the sexuality, when I walk to a police station, it's not only written utumishi kwa wote. I feel safe in that my case will be I will be looked into to the latter. And then again, just to touch on that, the police officers, who are assigned maybe LGBTQI cases, they fear taking them, because watatakikana kutoka kwa the station. You go to the perpetrator, if the perpetrator is known. Majority of them wanakusungusha tu hivi, na maybe before you respond. Dylan, have you ever experienced such?
Yes.
Wanakusungusha tu.
Yes. That's why I say justice is bought. I can remember it vividly. And I'm very sorry if I'm if I'm oppressing or okay, language is not innocent, right? But
True.
exactly, like I'm not trying to chokoza mtu, but this is my own, and I own my opinion, I own my experiences. The first statement this police officer was okay, disclaimer. This statement is gonna raise a lot of nani, because it was said some few weeks ago. If you're a Kenyan, you'd understand. Like, the perpetrator was known. Like, I could easily point him out from the police station that that's the house, and they were like, tunataka pesa ya mafuta. I don't know how much they were charging me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000.
Ngiri tano.
Yes.
Haki jamani, si wa Kenya.
And I was like, let's just finish this job, then I'll see what I can offer as a token of appreciation, because I was ready to go for the P3, all that process. And I had few people were backing me up. They were like, it was my first time reporting a case like this is my first time being a victim. I've never done this process before. So nilikuwa shambiwa go A, B, C, D, and I was doing it. Now I was surprised that they were asking me for pesa ya mafuta. And I remember that was on a Monday. Yeah, that was on a Monday. Then hivyo vile unasema they take you rounds, you're still doing investigations na mtu like less than 500 meters from the police station.
Yani wanataka mafuta kwa Mariamu.
Yes. And the day finally came, like it was back and forth, come to the police station. Na kitu, the day that I really had a burnout is the day they called me at the police station at 9 a.m. They're like, ngoja hapa kidogo. Then this mama called me. And okay, I was so disappointed. I expected a female police officer to be motherly. I'm that young. Sijafikisha hata 27, like, and she's like, mwanzo unafaa kunibaya lunch. Ikuwa imefika 1, from 9 to 1. Me just seated there, watu wanakuja na cases. Like I was just observing what happens in a police station. Actually, I was taking notes, like, sijaiko kwa police station that long. And I buy lunch, there's something, I don't know, it's a file or something I was supposed to go buy, nilete. Like it was just
so you are like
frustrating me for no reason. Then inafika, I was even there paka one time wanainua na whatever flag, and I left. Then on a Friday, hasa they called me, come. This is the day now I just got pissed. Apparently, I only see this in the movies. Kumbe pia Kenya iko. Something identification process. Or it's an activity that you like those suspects wanasimama and you identify.
That's identification parade.
Exactly. Now, I knew it was called that way because they sent me to go do copies of this identification, whatever. I did them with my own money, since I'm the one mwenye haja. Then I could easily see my perpetrator because the police station mali ilikuwa, the case where I had reported it, it was like not a big police station. Like I was like, oh, Sindaole, how do we exchange eye contact? So they were like, sasa ngoja hapa kidogo. Do you know I never did that parading identification thing
until now?
Then the following time I go there to uliza what happened to the case, they claim that I lied.
Wow.
The lying thing was like, one, the case itself was complicated because there was the person who was supposed to help me go testify the case to the court alikuwa anaogopa because ipa anishi uko. And I was like, it's okay. But the thing that was said that stung me most was like, you staged this incident. And I was like, what do you mean I staged the incident?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Are they trying to now turn the case against you?
Thank you. You're getting it. And I even went to who's the head of this police station?
OCS.
Yes. She was like, ushaona tu mtu ako tu na ashakuwa na like perception about you. Like, unataka nini hapa kijana? Like, madam, this is the first time you're talking. And I could just join the dots like, kuna kitu inaendelea hapa. And you know what I said? I was just like, I got my life back. I was like, anyway, let it happen. Acha iende vile ilienda tu hivyo.
Thank you for sharing.
That's why I said justice is sport. Because I was ule mtu akuachwa hivyo peke yake. Of course, alipeana kakitu. Akatoka because mimi sikutoa pesa ya mafuta enda kando. Yeah.
So, to you, Ms. Awino, having heard of that lived experience, and just to add more nyama, when the political class are giving, bullying rhetorics towards LGBTQI, famous quotes by an MP was, mashoga wanafaa kuuawa. Sio yeye ndiye amesema. Imeandikwa kwa Quran, hadith na Biblia. Hiyo ndiye anachukua kama nini? Sio yeye ndiye amesema, ni Biblia ndiye imesema. And then a former governor actually posts that hawa watu wanafaa watafutwe, they be rounded up, and then wafanyiziwe, and then wamtumanishie picture, atumanishe pesa. So with that background, mob justice or mob attacks against the LGBTQI is being normalized in the digital space and also in the social space by the political class the religious class, and that one trickles down to even to the common wananchi.
Yeah.
So maybe give us a legal on
Now,
that.
just to say that that was quite unfortunate incidents for you, and I understand why you say justice is bought. From where I sit, I totally agree. I would resonate in the same way. Having gone to a place where you were meant to get served justice, but then they decided to make a mockery out of you, which is not right. And this is a challenge that we are having and experiencing. The LGBTI community, the legal officers, or rather the advocates working with the LGBTI cases, it's a challenge because the community is yet to understand. And some of them take it personal, which should not be. Someone's opinion, someone is entitled to their opinion, someone
True,
is
true.
entitled to their freedom of association. It's not something that we should take personal. But political leaders have taken it personal. Enforcement officers, especially the police, have taken it personal. Now, when you go to a police officer and you're not given service as you should, there's an option of the DCI office. I do not know if you're aware of that, but there's that. In your case specifically, this was a case of now you're being sort of bullied by the police. And IPOA deals with issues of police officers. You can take a step, move to IPOA. In fact, IPOA is very swift with these matters. They follow them to the core. So for your case specifically, you would have opted to either go to the DCI, but the DCI would have not helped you because they are in the same environment. So I would suggest IPOA because other than the physical attacks, they deal with cyberbullying, you understand, especially from the police. Because you're entitled to your rights. You're a citizen. When someone abuses you, when someone attacks you, you have that right to go and report. As long as you have the evidence, because that is what we use in court to establish that the perpetrator did this. You understand? Now, when I come now to the community at large, legally, it's difficult to caution. Like I said, sexual orientation is not explicitly provided for in the Constitution. We've been trying to move a motion. We move motions, we move bills so that the LGBTQI persons can be accommodated. There are several cases that we've won. Some are still in court. Understand? So it's a journey. It's not something that will happen tomorrow. No. If I say yes, I will be lying. Look at the penal code, section 165. This is a colonial law that we are working towards repealing. It will take time because these things have to be moved in the parliament. They have to be discussed. They have to be passed. So it will take time. It's a journey. So I'm asking that let's exercise some patience. But in the midst of exercising patience, let's not normalize crime. Do not fear. When most LGBTQI plus persons fear, they're intimidated most of the time. They feel that due to the stigmatization of how they'll be treated at the police, they do not intervene or they do not pursue their cases, which is not right. You should be brave. Be brave sometimes. Stand up for yourself, because if you don't stand up for yourself, no one will stand up for you. So you push. You push as much as you can push. The more you push, someone will be inclined to listen to you. Yeah.
So on that note of pushing,
Yeah.
right now we are seeing some kind of interferences from the Eastern powers, Russia, Iran. You are having also the issues of China also coming in, and you find that in their social media pages, they are fighting against the West, but we, the LGBTQI, we are on the receiving end of it.
Yeah.
Like you will find that just was it last year or this year, the Russian embassy actually retweeted a post, which, if my memory, let me just paraphrase it, it's from a very prominent legal counsel.
Yeah.
And it said that LGBTQI is being forced onto the throats of the Kenyan citizenry. These followed the visit of Jill Biden, the former First Lady of the United States of America. And it's being forced onto the Kenyan citizenry to repeal the sections 162 and 165, which for him, yeah, it is okay because it protects morality. So now my question to you as a legal mind, what is the draw between morality and legality, and how is it that morality is being used to subjugate, bully, perpetrate mob attacks, which they call it justice. And when we come to the legal, we see that people implement their own moral upstandings.
Okay, that's a very interesting question. Legality and morality. I would respond, what is legal is legal. It's legal because it's backed up by a law or a statute somewhere. What is moral? What is moral to me may not be moral to you. It is subject to discussion.
Yeah.
You understand? What I view moral may be good for me, but it's not good for you.
Sure.
So it's not something that we should put together. Those are two different things. But where the law is clear, then we face on that. As legal, we face these issues with the law back in our minds, with the laws that are prescribed in our constitution, the penal code. We do not base it on morality. Because if we start doing that, then a lot of things would be crime.
Oh, even
Yeah,
lots.
it hits.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
again, as a I'm speaking about myself, and I'm speaking about, I believe, so many other legal practitioners out here. Our agenda is to pursue justice, to give justice to every person that comes to our desk. And when a person comes to my desk, I will not look at him or her based on their sexual orientation. No, I will look at whatever it is they've presented before me. You are attacked. Who attacked you? Where were you attacked? Did you go to the hospital? Do you have a P3 form? Is there that is what I will look at. I will not look at how you're dressed. I will not look at how you appear. You understand? My main goal is to look at what criminal injustice you faced and me to deal with it. So I believe people should try and distinguish between morality and law, because the law is there. We are guided by it. But what is moral is subject to discussion.
On that issue of morality,
Yeah.
Dylan, I don't know if you read this, because we are all Gen Zs, hello, and social media is our thing.
Yeah.
There was this story which I read it on, was it in Tuko or Mpasho, of this school where an LGBTQI student actually was beaten. It was a boys' school. This person was beaten simply because he is quote unquote gay, a homosexual. And the school actually did nothing. So the moral, do you think now here on the cases of morality and legality, how do you see this from a lived example?
Okay. Before I even speak, what made them say that he was gay?
Probably because, effeminate.
So I've heard you, and there's some things I'm joining. Would I be right to say that there's nothing like moral? It's just some kind of politics.
You can say that.
More of like a personal opinion on a topic
Yeah,
or on a subject.
because we know the Kenyan system. I believe we are all Kenyans here. We've seen how the system works. I mean, apart, apart from the unga narrative, I'm gonna give you what you want to hear. I mean, I know like nikisema hii topic watu watanipigia makofi and they'll be like, oh, yule ni nabii ametumwa na Mungu. And we've seen that happening. I'm not going to mention names, but we've seen that happening.
You don't want to get receipts.
Sitaki kupatikana kwa anyway, my experience is kind of very, very, very directly similar to that. Like, I mean, me zangu zimekuja zote kwa pamoja. So I'm a small kid, and I sometimes I regret being born in this social media era. Like, somebody just decides to just take my photos from somewhere else, create another account, Dylan, da 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 da. Kacha, 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 kacha. Me, I'm living my life, not like nothing is going on. Like, then I start receiving calls. You're stupid. You're ruining our institution name. Blah blah blah. So I'm like, what's happening? Ni nini ambayo nimefanya that's and I'm not gonna get into there because intaribu the whole point of this podcast. But I never knew the motive of this anonymous person till later on when things got out of hand. It's somebody who was supposedly my best friend, and they did this even before knowing who Dylan is. Like, it was just out of perception. Let me see how this is gonna turn out. It's like I see you and I'm like, allow me to call it obsession. Like, I see you're a lawyer, then I take your photos, scam people with it, or lie, spread lies or something I think about you. Then your whole career just dies. Then later on, you find it is somebody else. Then, a matter of the school, this mkubwa of the school uses the same Bible. Like,
to justify.
Exactly. Like, all along, it was just a perception. And then that thing backed it up. And since I was ever in the radar, and then our whole mkubwa of the school, like the head teacher or principal, says that even the book of the Old Testament, I don't know which one it is, like says that these people should be stoned to death.
Leviticus.
Exactly. You don't live in this school. You don't live in here. So somebody can do something to you and have that. And that's exactly what happened. Like, they were showing no remorse. Like, si ni ule ndo alituambia.
So it is normalized in our social setting.
Yes.
Ilenye, you can do something vile, and if it is Bible sanctioned, then
And
my freedom to believe.
before you go on, I tend to believe that they like, it's like, okay, how do I put it? You shut down your conscience. You really know you're doing something that is not right, but you want to justify it by religion or morals. Why? That's a question I've never understood. Because I believe you've reported somebody in the same situation and you've seen how they reacted. Ama let me say walikuwa kwa mbogi, and then you take one by one. There's always some kind of conflict because it's not the same personality you showed. Because if you really believe in something, you'll stand to it to the end. But that's something I've never understood. Yeah.
So Ilenye, so if it is that, and then it's this way. So now maybe in Miss Awino, as Miss Awino, not now as a legal mind. I recall our politicians. Yeah. They say, "Oh, the West, oh, the West, oh, the West," and they run to the West when they are being politically bullied or targeted in Kenya. They run to the West to gain the West support. But back here, they propose legislations that undermine international human rights. Back here in Kenya, they want to bring up bills which further criminalizes LGBTQI apart from the penal codes, and they want to tighten loops in our constitution as a legal counsel, a prominent one. Now, I mentioned that we will seal every loop that the LGBTQI organizing groups uses to bring about these quote unquote social inclusion. Yeah. So when maybe as Miss Awino, and then you will connect it to to your practice
Yeah.
on this issue of still of morality and legality?
Like I said, those two things cannot go together. If they do,
Uh-huh.
then we will have a lot on our hands. Because so many things are immoral out here for me, other than whatever it is that they perceive is immoral right now. There are two different entities. I cannot put them together. And if you remember, after the ruling of the High Court, the famous politician who said Wawawe, if you remember, he retorted his statement. He said, I did not say that. It's the Bible.
It's the Bible.
Now, which begs me to ask both of you a question.
Yes.
In this country, what are we governed with? Are we governed by the Bible?
Nope.
No, but they say it is a Christian nation.
Is it?
No.
Honey, I am quoting the executive arm.
Is this a Christian nation?
But generally, it's not.
It's not.
It's not, but
We have Hindus, we have Islams, we have. So it's not just a Christian. It's not a Christian nation, and by the virtue of that, we should not be governed by the Bible. Understand? We should be governed by the laws that we have. You say, by this fact, you caught two people having two male persons, as it is spelled out in the penal code, then it is right, pursue it legally. But you just saw me, I'm dressed in a skirt and I'm a man. Who makes you think I have committed an offense? It's not an offense. For me, that is where I come from with this. And I will retort back to what statement I said and say, let us deal with people regarding what they bring to us. You're a legal officer. This is a physical assault. Deal with the assault. Don't focus on who this person is. Deal with the case that is before you, because that is what is important. What is or what is not is relative to question, which you are not obliged to question as a person. No one questions how you look. Why else would you think you'd want to question how someone else's looks like? So that is my stand as a legal practitioner. Yeah.
Think
And before you go, sorry. There's something Wakili said about intimidation.
Yeah.
Do you know it's a tool like they use? I think it's one of the major weapons they use against people. In my case, like sisi tuko na mawakili, and right now mtu akiniambia hivi, I can't be shaken. But then, do you know I was offered like people who are gonna, because evidence was there, everything was there, but I was like, no, because they were like, we have wakilis in this institution. Because right now I could join the dots and I'm like, they knew they were wrong. Like they knew they were wrong. And then they were putting this thing of we have wakilis. But right now I'm like, oh, okay, they really did me wrong. But that's something, that's why I usually appreciate the legal aid, because I know that a lot of people or people who are not affiliated to any organizations who are being offended, but they can't do anything because they have put themselves into these shells of what anionaje, what would they think of me? But my advice out there is just know you are right. Like always question. Like that's something I'm usually emphasizing onto people, because once a police officer sees that you don't know anything, they can
yani na
like
watakukandamiza zaidi.
you're just at their mercy. Let me put it that way. But people should just find themselves somebody or a group of people or even organizations out here who offer legal assistance or clinics. Yeah.
And just as we wind up here, so as well we are seeing the bullying of LGBTQ organizing groups. And also we have seen that there are some spaces or diocese and that have been raided by the so-called anti-LGBTQI movement. Yeah, and even business places where a Kenyan citizen like Charles there just goes after work, sit with a listener, and then you find that now it's being used that that business is promoting LGBTQI agenda and they target it. Yeah. So
But what is wrong with promoting LGBTQI agendas? Has it been ruled out as something that we should not be promoting?
No.
No.
So now, with this, because LGBTQI organizing spaces like, as you have mentioned, the Eric Gitarina versus the NGO board,
Yeah.
that Supreme Court ruling,
Yeah.
was it in 2023?
2014. There is the one for 20. The
The
Gitare case is the
association.
2014.
There is
Then the
another
other one is for 2023.
2023.
Yes,
Yeah.
the 23, which saw Kenya almost banning.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like they have now legalized marriage, like the way people are saying.
You
Yeah.
see, this, they are picked, rounded up into a narrative that can further demonize the LGBTQI, and we saw the aftermath of it. Organizing spaces, including Mvita dispensary, was attacked.
Yeah.
So bullying and mob so-called justice, nobody cares. No politician even stands up and say, hey, our new Kenya. And if a politician says, I have nothing against LGBTQI, but then proceeds and use LGBTQI as a derogatory statement to refer to another person, and that one happened in the House Parliament. So maybe from your end,
Yeah.
yes, if an LGBTQI organizing space is attacked,
Yeah.
maybe it is a law firm, a health facility,
Yeah.
business,
Yeah.
because all these three get bullied. Yeah.
Mm.
What are the steps?
That's a criminal offense. So what you usually do is report at the police station or at the DCI. And when you do, especially for cyberbullying matters, you have to have evidence because they are a bit complicated as opposed to physical assault and verbal abuse and all that. You need to have either, if it's a screenshot, if it is a post, carry it with you. Yeah, it's important because when we go to court now, how do we adjudicate some of these matters without evidence? So you need to have that evidence. So that's how it starts. Then once it is investigated at the police station, the matter now proceeds to court, where now you'll get legal practitioners to further help in these matters. So it's not a complicated system or process or strategy. It's simple. Something happens, go to the police station, report the matter. It is the work of the police to investigate and to follow up, not you. Because I had Dylan speak about
They were following.
the following was done personally, which is wrong. That is not your duty. It is the duty of the police to do it. So once they follow up, it is them to report. Actually, they give witnesses in court. They give a statement and say, this and this happened. So that means they have a duty, and it's not your part. You will not go and report in case what you found out, because you are not the investigation officer. Now, there's something Dillard mentioned about identification parade. And I just wanted to ask, how was it conducted and who conducted it?
So it never happened. They called me at the station. They called me at the station. I arrived at the station and I could see the perpetrator talking to, I think, his wife or a family member of his. And then they were like, get into this room. I just sat there idling. They gave me these sheets to go do a photocopy. Come back. Then I just sat there. Then they were like, come again on Monday. That was on a Friday. They arrested this person on a Friday. I came back on a Monday. They're like, there's no witness who is ready to go with you to court. That's what they told me. So since that's nakuna evidence, and now the narrative of I staged this thing happened comes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, identification parade has rules. And usually, the investigating officer is not supposed to be there in the first place. It should be conducted by a totally different person. You are not allowed to see the perpetrator before the process. So, by the fact that you're saying you saw him is a totally different, means the whole procedure was not as required. And I would say in matters of such density, next time, go with someone. When I say go with someone, you can go with a friend. It doesn't have to be an advocate, but go with a friend. Because sometimes you can be so intimidated, mpaka unachoka we mwenyewe, but your friend is there to assist so that you see this matter move. Because you see, someone else will come. Had you gone to court and this matter had been pursued, it would give confidence to the LGBTI plus community and even the community at large. They will never repeat such a thing. But you see, due to intimidation and you backing down and you not getting the justice that you wanted, sort of outplayed this thing in the wrong way. Now, there's psychosocial support, I would say. Most LGBTQI plus persons go through a lot, stigmatization and all that. These things that makes you intimidated as a person. Seek counsel sometimes. Go see a therapist, go see a counselor, talk it out, because it's important even for your own mental health, so that it gives you the courage that when you are pursued or when you face injustice, you get that confidence and bravery to approach the law enforcement. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I thank you so much. And maybe you have a parting shot?
No, thank you. I've learned. Yeah.
You yourself?
Yeah. Just speaking out to now LGBTQI plus as a community. I understand pursuing justice is not easy because maybe of the societies as it is, stigmatization and all that. Then comes in the financial bit of it. Just to make you aware, there are pro bono lawyers out here who are always willing and ready to help out. It's just you to look out, ask around, and you will get the justice that you deserve. Even in the police department, I believe they are all not corrupt. There's that one individual who will be able to stretch an arm and help out. So let's not give up on seeking justice as citizens of this country, as we are a citizen. Do not feel intimidated because of what people say, because people will always talk. So seek justice whenever necessary. That is all I would say.
Yes, seek justice whenever it's necessary. To every LGBTQI identifying person out there, know that you are loved and you are seen. And as a Center for Minority and Strategic Litigation, we do provide legal aid services. And then we also do strategic litigation. Ukitaka, let's fight in court, baby. Let's fight in court now who your perpetrators, so that they can know that your rights, your Kenyan citizenry rights are protected by the Constitution of Kenya 2010.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Dylan and Miss Awino,
Most
for
delighted.
engaging with us.
Thank you.
As Center for Minority, we really thank you so much. Your lived examples and from your legal mind. Yeah. Thank you so much. And don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. One on YouTube, The Center, and on Instagram Babes Hi, Sema Resel Trust, and on TikTok, Gen Z tuko hapo, Center for Minority, and on Facebook, wale wenye tuko, millennials tuko hapo pia, Center for Minority and Strategic Litigation.